Hello, everybody. My name is Lily Davis. I am here with KCR College Radio, and I am joined by the lovely Taylor Bickett. She is setting off on a new tour this month and will be playing at the House of Blues in San Diego on May 2nd. Taylor, we are so happy to have you. Why don't you go ahead and tell all of our listeners a little bit about yourself?
Oh my gosh, hi. I'm so excited to be here. I have been putting out music for a while, but I'm very excited to be announcing my debut album very soon. Um, spoiler alert, I think by the time I play, you'll probably know when it's coming out. And so I'm just really excited to get to play all this new music on the road. It's been a long time in the making, and yeah, I'm really excited. I'll be opening for Devin Kennedy. So, very excited to see him play as well. He's so talented and really looking forward to it.
Yay! Okay, yeah, so I was just about to say this tour, you are supporting singer-songwriter and producer Devin Kennedy, which is super exciting. I just wanted to know, how did you two connect and decide to tour together?
We actually have never met in real life.
Hmm.
Very excited to meet. I think that we'll
Yeah.
actually meet for the first time on the first show of tour.
Hmm.
But we just like got connected through mutual people, and we have the same agent, so she thought it'd be a
Oh,
good fit. Yeah.
okay, yeah, perfect. Yeah, I'm super excited to hear that mashup. I think it's going to be a good match. So, yeah. Well, so you've been releasing music for years now and have naturally gone through different eras sonically. If you had to describe your current era with singles like Wild Dogs in a couple of words, what would you choose? What words would you choose?
Hmm. I would say organic,
Hmm.
narrative, and introspective.
Hmm.
Say that it's not that I'm my musical journey and just being a bit more like stripped back and raw and acoustic and like really songwriting focused.
Mhm.
I think a lot of the songs on this new project and the singles that I'm starting to roll out are like telling each like kind of tells a story.
Totally.
Mhm.
Lovely. Yeah, that's perfect. I think those are perfect words. I probably would have chosen similar ones myself.
It's so hard to think. It's so hard to think of them, but
No, yeah, I know. I've asked other people that question and it definitely is a little bit hard to narrow it down, but I think that those are
Mhm.
good picks.
Thanks.
Cool. Yeah. So your most streamed song, Quarter Life Crisis, went viral on TikTok in 2022.
Mhm.
As of yesterday, the song had nearly 40 million streams on Spotify. What did it feel like to see your work start to become so popular so fast when it went viral?
I mean, it was crazy. It was literally the last thing I expected. I had posted the song a fair few times before it started going viral. And so I was like, okay, like, some people like it, but who knows? And then yeah, all of a sudden it just like really started taking off. And it was, it's like always on TikTok, it's like a trend
Yeah.
that if you can capture people with the right trend, they're just like using your song like crazy. We've seen it so many times. And I was just very lucky to be like on the other side of that for the
Yeah.
first time. And it was so cool. I mean, I think it was a lot of pressure,
Mhm.
especially because I had gone from like kind of not that many people knowing who I was to like having this big song. But it was, I mean, it was just amazing to get the opportunity to like reach so many more people,
Yeah.
even though it was just a little silly trend. A lot of people did go and look up the song and stream it. And like way more people than I ever thought would hear my music, which is so
Yeah.
cool. And it's like part of the reason that I'm able to be an independent artist right now and like fund myself.
Mhm.
So that is really awesome. Like in a music landscape that's changing a lot, I think like being independent is becoming like really important if you
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
And so I'm just so grateful for that song. It like opened so many doors for me, and
Yeah.
it was so cool to see
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah. A bunch of new freedom to kind of take it in any direction that you want to. That's so cool. Yeah, I can't even imagine. That's so fun. Well, so moving into some new projects, I want to know what inspired your most recent, might I add, gut-wrenching single, Wild Dogs.
Oh my God, it's like so not a fun song.
It's
It's so funny. My parents are like, "Why are you always singing about blood and guts?" Like,
sue me.
but I feel things very viscerally. No, that song, I actually was talking to somebody who had just gotten back from like a safari in Africa,
Hmm.
and she was just explaining to me some of like the cool stuff she saw, and one of the things that she mentioned was, it's crazy, like wild dogs over there eat their prey alive, before, but they start eating before the animal even dies. A lot of like other animals will kill their prey and then begin
Right.
to eat them. So gross. But and she said, she was like, it just seems so cruel, but that's just nature, and like there is beauty in nature. And I found that really interesting.
Yeah.
And I looked it up later because I was like, why do they do that? Like, that's like kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And I found out that they do this because they are like not nowhere near the top of the food chain out there.
Mm.
And so they have to eat as quickly as possible in order to get away. Um, and so they don't get to savor their
Mm.
prey, maybe like some other animals do.
Mm.
And so I realized, oh, okay, they're not doing this out of cruelty, but they're sort of doing it out of fear. They're like so afraid that someone else is going to come along that it makes them do something horrible. And so I feel like I've just like have seen that time and time again with human beings,
Yeah.
um, being afraid or being insecure and taking it out on other people. And I feel like I really experienced that in a relationship that I had a long time ago now, but it just came to mind as I was learning about this fact, and I just couldn't get out of my head. And I was like, wow, it really is wild that I gave this person so much power. And I think for a while I was like, they're evil, they're horrible. And I was like, well, they're actually not. And I think I just realized they're kind of a coward. Like
Mm.
that's kind of pathetic. And so it was an interesting way to reframe it. And the song it's complicated because it's like you still have empathy for this person, and it's still the person you loved, and you want to see goodness in them, but you also can't excuse their action. It's like, it's like the complicated feelings of being hurt by someone you love. It's
Yeah.
messy, and it's like, it's visceral.
Wow, that was like probably that was the exact answer I was looking for because now thinking of the lyrics, it really makes so much sense. For any of you who haven't listened to Wild Dogs yet, you should listen to the answer that she just gave and then go and listen to the song because that's exactly what the song is about.
Thanks.
And wow, that is fascinating. I didn't know that. That's very cool. That's super
It
cool.
is weird, like random nature metaphors will. I have another song that I released right before that, and it's also on my album, and it's called Firefly Collector, and
Mhm.
it's about like how when you like capture a firefly, the point is that you're trying to take its beauty. You see its beauty and you want to capture it, but then when you in capturing it and putting it in a jar or whatever, like it can't survive.
Yeah.
And so clearly I'm like very obsessed with this like idea. I think it's been consuming my mind for a while, just like the way that human behavior mirrors the things that we see in the natural world.
Well, I feel like even that reflects the words that you chose to describe your current era. I feel like it all kind of fits together in like a nature, human, self, big world, everyone connects type of.
For sure. Yeah, it's very much like I'm trying to figure out what we're doing on this earth,
Right.
like in
Right.
all aspects. Yeah.
Someone has to do it. Someone has to figure
And
it
it's gonna be me. I'm gonna figure it out. I'll let y'all know.
Well, you kind of answered one of my next questions. I was gonna say the lyric that stuck out to me in Wild Dogs was, "Don't want to think a predator of a parasite, don't want to think the devil of a small man." And I want you to even further break this lyric down, even though you kind of tapped into it. But what does this lyric mean to you, and what inspired it, other
Yeah,
than what you
I
already
feel
said?
like I feel like that lyric kind of does encapsulate the whole idea of the song. It's like you're actually not this big looming evil presence. And it's this idea of like you're trying to take the power from me,
Hmm.
and that doesn't mean that you have power. That actually means I have it, because why would you
Right.
want it if I
Right.
if you didn't already have it? And that's the thing. It's like when someone tries to take your power,
Mhm.
it's like they're showing their cards that they're actually the weak one. So
Yeah.
that is kind of that line is just like take the like smoke and mirrors away, and you're left with like a pathetic guy,
Hmm.
you
Yeah.
know?
Wow. Yeah. Ugh. I love that. I love that kind of stuff. That's my jam in lyrics when you really gotta like dig into it. So that was super fun for me to listen to. Well,
Great.
maybe I wouldn't say fun. It's not exactly a fun song, but
There's a fun to being upset a little bit. It's
there
like
can
listening
be.
to Ethel Cain. Like you're
Yes.
having a great time, but like you are having the
Oh
best
yeah. Oh yeah. I'll always go back to it. You gotta hit replay, but
time.
like then you're kind of like, Okay. Well, so for my next question, you've played many shows in different cities. Is there one that you are most excited to be in, either for the first time or to return to for this upcoming tour?
Well, I am very excited to go back to San Diego. Cop out, but I
Mhm.
have only been once, just on my last tour opening for Charlotte Lawrence, and I had so much fun, but I had to leave in like less than 24 hours. So it'll be nice to like get to spend just like a little bit more time there.
Yeah.
But I also have never been to Vancouver.
Hmm.
And we're going there. I've only played one show in Canada before in Toronto. So I'm like really excited to get to play another show in Canada. Kind of like, go international just a little bit, like
Yeah.
just hop over the border, come right
Right.
back.
Right.
But yeah, I'm excited for that. Should be fun.
Cool. Yeah, definitely the weather is beautiful here right now, so take some time to relax by the beach while you're down
I
here.
can't wait.
A little bit. Awesome. Another question about touring specifically. Do you have a pre-show ritual that gets you prepared mentally for your performances? And if so, what is it?
Hmm. I don't I don't really have a set ritual. Maybe I should. I feel like I do a lot of those like YouTube vocal warm-ups.
Hmm.
There's like a specific guy that I always click on his videos, and I do those, and then like a lot of times on the support tours I've been doing, I just write my set list every night because I switch it up sometimes, or I'll like add a cover or change a cover or like add an unreleased song or something.
Mhm.
So I guess there is the ritual of like I tear a page out of my journal and I write the set list in Sharpie and then I bring it up with me. But nothing like crazy. No, really like anything weird.
No, I think those are perfect. I mean, it's whatever helps you get in the zone. So if
I
that's
should start incorporating like some weird habit just to like be pretentious and
just for
say
just for fun, just to say, just to have a different answer
like I only eat green food the entire day.
the whole time. That's so funny. So when you're on stage performing songs like Quarter Life Crisis, which so many people have connected to, what is it like hearing the crowd sing those lyrics back to you?
Oh my God, it's crazy. It happens so much more, I guess, when like it's your own show and not when
Mhm.
you're opening. And I have not done very many headline shows, but I did my first headline shows last year. And that was just a crazy experience. I was like, y'all all came for me and you know the words. Like that is so wild. And even at shows where not a single person knows who I am, a lot of times they have heard that one part of Quarter Life Crisis that did go viral. And so they'll sing along to that too. And it's just like it's crazy. It's like I wrote those in my childhood bedroom. I happened to be home for Christmas around the time I wrote Quarter Life Crisis. And so it feels even more special because I'm like, I wrote that in the same bedroom where I like wrote in my diary at 10 years old, you know?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it's like a surreal feeling for sure.
yeah, that's so special. Well, so just one last question here. For anyone who hasn't seen you perform live, how would you describe the atmosphere of your show? How would you describe your set and the energy that you bring to the stage?
I would say it's very confessional and a little silly. Like I'm typically up there just me and my guitar, and I will be for this upcoming tour. And I'm cracking some jokes. I find that music audiences are a lot more receptive
Mm,
to jokes than like I could never get up there and be a stand-up comedian, but like I'll crack a joke on stage, you know. Um, but I also really love to like tell the stories behind the songs. So
mm,
like an abbreviated version of what I told you about Wild Dogs, like I'm sure I'll share on stage just because when I'm up there with just me and my guitar, it just feels right to explain how I wrote them because
yeah.
it's also like I wrote them just me and my guitar.
Mm.
And so I really enjoy just like giving people that little insight.
Awesome. Yay. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Taylor. Do not
Thank
miss your
you.
show on May 2nd at the House of Blues. I am Lily with KCR College Radio. Thank you all for listening. Bye.